Testing.
This is the Pinole Community Services Commission regular meeting, February 23rd, 2022. I'd like to welcome everybody and like to call to order. Maria, would you kindly take the roll call?
Yes. Darren Clark.
Here.
Laurel Martin.
Here.
Debbie Ojeda.
Here.
Nicholas Teller.
Here.
Perfect. And we have Bob Pop absent today.
I'd like to ask for approval of the minutes of our last meeting, which was October 27th, 2021. Would anyone like to approve the minutes, please?
I approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes are approved. Citizens to be heard. Citizens may speak under any item not listed on the agenda. The time limit is 3 minutes and is subject to modification by the chair. Individuals may not share or offer time to another speaker. Pursuant to provisions of the Brown Act, no action may be taken on a matter unless it is listed on the agenda or unless certain emergency or special circumstances exist. The commissioners may direct staff to investigate and or schedule certain matters for consideration at a future meeting. Okay, let's move on to old business. At this time, having had a break, we do not have any old business. So I'd like to move on to new business. The first item is events for this year, 2022. Maria, do you think we'll be planning to do a community service day this year, or is that a little still uncertain?
You know, that is actually one of the items that I have that I wanted to discuss with the commission. If you wanted to proceed with a community service day this year, this would be a good meeting, I think, to finalize that date. I know that the event usually has happened anywhere from April through June, so it would be up to the commission to decide if they want to move forward with the in-person event this year.
I would like to move forward.
I would rather have it later this year, so give things time to calm down. Does anyone agree with that?
By later, if you mean June, I'd agree. June sounds like a good time.
June. What do you think, Debbie? You were going to say something. I'm sorry.
Well, I think June is fine. I just have a couple of issues in June. But let's see. Yeah, the only weekend that I can't do, the only Saturday would be June 11th. Granddaughter's graduation party.
Okay. Do we need to pick a suggested date at this time, do you think, Maria?
I think if you guys want to push it further down, I think if we had an event in, April or May, I think we would have to decide on a date today. But if you want to push it further into the summer months, then that's something that can be decided at the next meeting. I do want to note that Bob has informed me that the car show will be offered on June 26th. So that's something to keep in mind as we're planning for this event as well.
Yes, I think that takes up all this time, so I think we should do it on another weekend, perhaps the one before.
That would be the 18th.
That is the day before Father's Day, so that would be okay.
Okay. Well, that's a good one we can confirm next, or we can confirm now. What do you think, Darren?
June 18 works good for me. I tried to have it during the school year to get more participation, but I can understand delaying it. There's also June 4th, which is closer to the end of school. That's the first Saturday in June. So either one is good with me.
Likewise, either works for me, but you mentioned the school part. June 4th would maybe make more sense.
Are the kids out of school by June 4th? I don't think so.
Might still be in school. It might even be, let me see if I can pull up a schedule. I'm not sure if that would be a graduation weekend. I think that the school calendar might go into the 8th. Let's see.
If it's a graduation weekend, I think we should avoid that weekend. Next weekend.
Yes.
Good point.
It could be that weekend and it could be the following weekend.
Yeah, June 8th is the last day of school. So June 4th, if the graduation is on a Saturday, would happen on that weekend.
Yeah, those two first weekends in June are.
Yeah.
So probably the 18th is a good one to go with at this time, unless.
It's safer.
Yep.
Yes.
Better.
And Maria, I think that we can contact some of the groups that we've had before, and they'll still come. You know?
Yes, I think we can definitely connect with the schools and, before they, dismiss for the school year. We also still have access to Peach Jar, which will allow us to submit, promote the event prior, to school. We can access that all year long, so we can definitely use that as an avenue to connect with the schools in Pinole as well.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So we got some work a month or two before to try and contact the schools and get the information out, plus other groups. So everyone agrees that that's probably the better date in June?
Yes.
And I suggested putting it later this year, simply because of the COVID issues, and hopefully things, the further out we will be, I think the safer it will be.
Yeah.
Any comments from anybody?
I think.
Hopefully no more spikes like the Omicron.
Right.
Yeah, let's hope for that.
I'm just feeling it. I think we're gonna be good.
Well, the problem being, I thought we'd be good June of 21. I thought, hey, it's over.
Right. But let a person dream.
No argument there.
Yep, I like June 18 for the event.
Okay, that sounds great. Other events, I think we did so well with Dumpster Day. And having two last year was wonderful because people were just cleaning out, and it was really well done. And I think having some of the staff from Republic was wonderful.
Yes. Wow.
Great.
So we definitely would like to do that again, Maria.
Yes, Laura, so I actually do have Dumpster Day confirmed with Republic already. So we are on their schedule for October 1st, which would be the first weekend in October.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we have Dumpster Day confirmed. Coastal Cleanup is also confirmed for September 17th.
When is Dumpster Day confirmed for?
Saturday, October 1st.
Okay.
And we did, last year we had a pretty remarkable turnout of students, etc., for Coastal Cleanup. Many of them getting their service hours and everything was really good. I thought we did well. But nearly 200 people come out. Pretty close to it.
What day is Coastal Cleanup?
September 17th.
I'm sorry, I'm a little slow here. August. I don't like this new planner at all. Okay, so it's September
17th.
Okay, so that's Coastal. So that should be good. All right, awesome.
Okay. And if we had any other events, I think we can discuss them during the year, I think. I beg your pardon, Maria, what were you going to say?
Yeah, so before we moved on from the community service events, I also just wanted to provide an update on community events in general throughout the city. We do have some upcoming events coming.
Okay.
So we have the egg hunt will return to in-person in April. So that is currently scheduled for April 9th. Which is usually the week before Easter, so that will resume at Fernandez Park, and more information will be available on our website and will be available through the city's Facebook page as well in the next coming weeks. Movies and concerts in the park will also return to Fernandez Park this summer. So we are currently in the process of finalizing the schedule and the movies and the concerts that will be offered, but that's also resuming this year. And then council recently did approve funding for a 4th of July celebration. So we're in the process of finalizing that for a fireworks show. So more information on all of those events will be available on our website and the city's Facebook page in the next coming weeks.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
It's we haven't over the last couple of years, but if we can have a little bit, I think we should, we can talk about it in the future, but we think we need to work a little closer with the schools than we have had, so in the recent past. And I think, certainly to get them involved in some of the events we have. Any comments from anybody?
On the schools, we do get a good showing usually from the high school, but I don't know that we've ever been able to get the other schools involved. I mean, maybe 5 years ago, I know there was one of the schools did a lot. I can't think of which one it was. It was an elementary school. Never been able to get the middle school involved. So it's not that we're not trying.
Right. Well, we'll just continue to try, and if things are happening in person, perhaps we can get more school children to be involved, more younger.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, we should be positive about it.
Yeah, people will be excited to get out in the world. So
I think so. Or we consider in the future adding a new event. Just something different, with the youth center. We did a pet parade. We did there's all kinds of things we can do. Okay, any further comments on events for this year at this time?
Well, I don't know if it's the right time to bring it up, but there is an event. It's not our event. But the cabaret dinner show gala that we do for the theater every year, and you have nothing to do because of COVID. We're going to do it this year on the 23rd of April at St. Joseph's.
Oh, okay.
So just keep that in mind, working on beginning to get that information out. With some dedication of the high school theater on March 5th, dedicating it to Dave Clark. It's wonderful. Yeah. And that is it includes if you go that evening, it includes a nosh box created by Jennifer from, that little breakfast restaurant in El Sobrante. I can't think of the name of it.
Cafe Soleil?
Yes, everybody will receive a nosh box of goodies from Jennifer, and it should be a nice evening. They're doing the show, not cabaret, what's the other one? Chorus line. So there's that also.
I have tickets for that. For the chorus line for matinee. Yeah, it'll be good with another friend. Yeah.
Nice.
It'll be there for, our first time seeing the our play group doing theater there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there'll be a donation box for the high school theater program.
Okay.
Provide that there, which I like.
Yes. Okay, before we move on, are there any other comments about events We can always change this and add things if we choose to during the year, but it's nice to get started. Maria, staff updates.
Yes, so I wanted to mention, I think we briefly discussed this before, that Misha Carr from Public Works will be taking the lead with Dumpster Day and Coastal Cleanup for the 22 events. I will continue to support with monthly meetings and, the community service task, and probably for this year I'll continue working with her, but she will be taking the lead on those 2 events on the day of the events, and she probably as we get closer to the event, she will join the meetings as well to provide updates.
Thank you.
I have a question. Is she the new, is she taking that over from Joe, what is his name? She taking that city position over?
No. She's part of the Public Works Department. She works, I believe, as a senior project manager, I think is her position. She was at Dumpster Day briefly, so Joe is still with the city, but she will be, and these are more public works related events, she will be overseeing these more closely this year.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, they are related, quite closely related to, involved certainly with Public Works, aren't they? So it's great. Okay, I had a meeting format, and of course, Bob would love us to consider, when we can, going to having a live meeting, as an in-person meeting, I should say. I don't know when that is a possibility, Maria?
Yes, so I actually have an update. So council did direct staff to return to a hybrid model during our last council meeting. So we will be returning to in-person meeting, a hybrid model starting on March 15th. And the staff will be trained on the new process for the meetings in the next coming weeks. And the commission as well will be resuming with the in-person meeting starting in March. And the meetings will continue to be broadcasted. We'll move to the chamber, which before we were in the community room. They will be moving into the chamber, and I'll provide more information as it gets finalized as we get closer to the event. I'm sorry, not to the event, to the meeting, the new meeting date.
Okay, thank you. That's all we have for the meeting format. May meeting.
So I wanted to check in with you all in regards to the May meeting. So we will have to reschedule that meeting to June 1st due to PCTV's availability to support with broadcast that day.
Okay.
So we will move that one to June 1st, and instead of having 2 meetings back to back, the meeting for June 22nd can either be moved to the 29th of June, or it can also be canceled for that month, depending, what the council decides, the commission decides to do for that month. If that's also the event date for June, there might be a lot going on. So something for the commission to either discuss today and provide direction on the June meeting. June 1st is sufficient, or if we think we need to meet 2 days during that month.
I think it's a little early. I don't know. Do we want to wait until if we have the community services meeting, community services, the car show is the 18th. If we have community service day, June 18th, do we want to wrap up after it, or are we okay to wait until the following month? I mean, what do people think?
Okay, so we're saying that for our May meeting, we're moving it to June 1st.
Yes.
And we're trying to determine, and then of course we wouldn't have another meeting before our community service day.
No.
Okay, and so then we're talking about having a wrap up of that event in July, is that correct?
Either late July or we have it we have our regular date meeting. I'm not sure what would be best.
Oh, I see.
Excuse me, Laura, we could, since we have the event on the 18th and we don't have any meetings scheduled for May, we could just keep the June 1st meeting so we have some time to check in if there's anything last minute that we need to touch base on. That would give us about 3 weeks before the event.
Right, I understand that, but I guess I'm thinking about the wrap-up. Is it okay to
Oh,
wrap
the 29th, yes. So it could either be the 29th or we could meet on our regular date of July 27th as a wrap-up for Community Service Day.
What's the consensus, or what's the input with everybody, please?
I'll say, well, let's do the wrap up on June 29th, keep our regularly scheduled June. And then sorry, Nick, go ahead.
I'm just saying, let's not break schedule. It's routine's key, so let's not break it. Let's do the regular scheduled time.
So we're going to do the 29th.
Yeah,
That's fine.
It'll be 29th.
5 o'clock on the 29th.
So on that month will be June 1st and June 29th.
Sounds good.
Now, will that work with Dave? Do you know, Maria?
I would have to confirm. I know we were discussing the June dates, and I would have to confirm that the 29th, moving that around. I know we had discussed that. I can't remember if I had mentioned that the last time we spoke. So I will confirm with Dave, and if there's any changes, I will get back to the group.
And if there's an issue, we'll just wait until the following month. It's just kind of nice to wrap up a little bit sooner after a function, I think.
Sounds good.
Are there any other items that anyone wants to bring up?
Well, I'd like to make a slideshow that we can watch if there's a way to watch it for that wrap-up meeting of the cleanup day.
Yeah, that'd be good. I always like watching your slideshows, Debbie. I'm sure Dave
Thank you.
took it up and played it on the Zoom.
Thank you, Darren.
Yeah. Maria, how are things moving along with everything in our community services department? You know?
It's moving, our departments are continuing, the senior center specifically is getting ready, to work on a new schedule. More is opening up, more programs are going to be offered in the next month. We haven't been able to resume full programming for the senior center, but we are getting ready to resume a few more classes. So that's exciting to see new additions to the schedule, new classes that hadn't been offered previously. And to the department, they are continuing to, they are recruiting for the community services director position. And we're continuing to form the department. There's a lot of exciting projects. As you, last year, I think Tamara came into one of our meetings and mentioned the park master plan. So we are in the process of creating the RFP for the park master plan, as that's a big project that will be starting soon.
And how about the youth center and others? How are they going?
Yeah. The youth center is also, the youth center is a little bit challenging. They have not been able to work with the schools or have the programming in school this year because of COVID, which is understandable. So Christina is currently working on the summer programs and creating the list of classes that will be offered. She also has a spring session that will be offered at the youth center. Since we can't get into the schools, there will be classes offered at the youth center in the next coming months. Tiny Tots is also doing well. Each of the classes at Tiny Tots have reached capacity at this time, and Christina is also preparing for the start of the summer program.
Thank you. It's good to see things slowly changing for the better.
Yes.
So are there any further comments from anyone? No? I would like to thank Dave for the very nice emails and reminders he sends. It's very, very nice and very efficient.
So thank you, Dave. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Agreed.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, if there are no other comments, we'll adjourn our next, sorry.
I think I spoke over Darren.
Okay.
I apologize, Darren.
Oh,
No, not at all. I was just going to say I second that motion.
okay. So our next meeting will be Thursday, February 17th. You've got 5 o'clock, isn't it? Not 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
I think you mean March 17th?
Yes. This was posted. I beg your pardon. What's the date of the next meeting? Adjourn for the next meeting, March 23rd. I'm sorry about that. I was just reading what was posted. So it'll be March 23rd, and Maria will inform us whether we'll be in city council chambers or not. Okay, stay well, everybody.
You too.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Laurel. Thank you, Maria. Thank you,
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
everyone.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.